Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Discipline Therapy Podcast. I'm your host, EL Discipline. Alongside me is Suhey Sotomayor. All
Victor,
right.
hello.
Um, Before you get into it, I'm just gonna get right into it. Y'all know y'all fiends, and y'all know what that means. We're serving you a dose weekly discipline therapy, and everything is completely free. As we are on Patreon for a plethora of exclusive content for you to see, but what is free is judgment free, sucker free, censor free, sensitive free, and some liberty. Plenty of liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, and my favorite roll of blunt, but make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we have that soul food and sometimes vulgar conversation. Prepare your minds to be fed like one up. Inhale life and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast. We're
We're
here.
here. All right. We also have links in the description on how to become part of our Patreon family. Sorry, because I'm sitting back. I had to make it a little louder.
No,
Then I have to move closer.
we can hear you perfectly fine.
Okay. How to become part of our Patreon family and subscribe for exclusive content such as bloopers, behind the scenes, EL Discipline solo lectures of discipline therapy talk, his BDSM content, erotica post, and writings by Mr. Discipline. We upload the full videos of his masterclass and workshops on there. There are collaboration shows pertaining to more sensitive topics such as sexual abuse, rape, domestic violence, transgender, child abduction, conspiracy theories, um, government conspiracy theories, and much, much more with myself and Mr. Discipline. Once again, how to become part of our Patreon family is patreon.com/, the Discipline Therapy Podcast. Mr. EL Discipline also has 7 published books which are out now and available for purchase. We have them on Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com. They have electronic versions as well for Kindle and Nook. I remember that one.
Mm.
I always forget that one. Once again, all the links are below the video in the description. And for our online store for merch, you just go to disciplinetherapy.launchcart.store/shop. We have some new gear that hits every month. We have different categories, so you can just, scroll through, take your pick, see what you like. Also, last but not least, if you can't catch us on our YouTube channel, you could always listen wherever you get your audio entertainment from. We're on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Deezer, Castbox, Overcast, iHeartRadio, um, Amazon Music, and much, much more. And now, before we actually begin the show, you know how we do. It's been a minute. Gotta clear that energy.
Yeah, I thought I lost that. Or
Thank God
maybe
you
you
didn't.
did. Maybe I thought you did.
Me?
Yeah. I was like, maybe you have it.
I know you asked me, but I was like, I do not. Still going on.
Mm.
I love this thing. This was a great gift for you, by the way. Fantastic. All
Yeah,
right.
somebody gave me that
I know
in
something perfect.
2018 or 2019 for my birthday.
Nice gift. All right.
Mm.
Anything else that you want to say before we start?
Um, no.
All right. Season 17, episode 180. What's a man's purpose and what's a woman's purpose? All right. So questions for that is do you think they want equality or special treatment? I said I believe both genders want special treatment. Maybe women want some equality also, more modern women, but I believe everybody wants special treatment from their partner. That's what I'm seeing it from. From their if you're in a relationship, I think that men want special treatment from their woman in that relationship, and women definitely want special treatment from their partners. Now in regular, like at work, I believe that women want equality. I think men don't care about if they have equality to a woman or not.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Um. So I think that women just naturally want special treatment. Um, and I
Everywhere?
think that everywhere, and I think that men don't even fathom it. They don't even believe in that word until like somebody's like, "Yo, you know you're entitled to this, right? You know you could do this. You know what your value is. You
to
know who you are." Then that's when they start to get that confidence.
mm,
It's pretty bold of somebody to kind of like want special treatment or demand it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I think
demand it.
that has to come with some like that confidence is built from a continued accomplishment. Like for example, because you're looking in the ceiling. For
No,
example,
I'm looking
if
at
a
you.
woman cries and she gets what she wants, she accomplished something.
Oh, I don't
Like
see it
my
like that. Got
like
you.
I'm just giving you an
Right,
example,
right, right. No.
accomplishment. So like a little
Mm.
kid, a little girl. She's now gonna think, "Oh, I can do this through my whole life." Or I really can't think of like men. That was like the easiest thing to do. It was like, it's very hard to think about like what would a man do um to kind of go in there and get special treatment. Let's say a man like me had beautiful women most of my life and they always served me and I didn't have to push out a lot of money. I didn't have to show so much. I didn't have to say, "Look at these cars. Look at this huge crib." Like maybe in that regard, I'm like, "Oh, I've always had special treatment, like I've accomplished something." So I have a confidence to go in there and kind of demand that or expect that, right?
So
So
then,
I would say in that regard, no, it doesn't work because like, okay, if I'm saying me, how many guys have you known to do that? Like, what are
no,
the
no.
statistics? What's the
I,
probability? So I'm trying to say that this is bold enough or can only be expected by one gender. You said your point. I'm going to say my point. I don't believe men even fathom it. I don't think they think that it's out there for them. We always hear things like ladies first, back in the days, um, wars and stuff of that nature. The boats came out. Yo, we got to save the women and the children prior. Men go last. So women and children get on the boat. Pregnant women, get up. Get up, man. What's wrong with you? You don't have manners? Get up for the pregnant woman. There's no more seats. Get up for her. So I think that just innately, right? It's ingrained in our subconscious growing up as little boys, what we're told, maybe society, etc., family, that the special treatment is not there. So most men wouldn't even navigate into going in there expecting they're going to get it. Most men will think, for example, like relationship, Valentine's Day is for women. Like we're not really gonna get anything special. We gotta put in work or we're gonna be in the doghouse. Like Valentine's Day is for women, special treatment. Like the man's not going in there expecting shit. You know what I'm saying? If I get a meal on the table, well, that's amazing. But I'm not expecting gifts. I'm gonna give gifts. I'm not expecting. So, I just don't think that it's like special treatment is viewed for both. Some men view it, like I expect this, like, and I think that comes with the accomplishments. I don't think a man just going in there that never had women serve him, never had women be submissive to him, never had women do things for him, never had special treatment in society, a job. with a female cop, uh, whatever, lawyer, people in position of power, guys, you're a man. Like we like you. You just like he never gets special treatment everywhere, respect. I don't think he's gonna just navigate there into the world and for the first time go in there and kind of just expect it or demand it with every one of these circumstances or everybody.
I think more like beta male. They expect it. We have one in office right now that expects everything to just change because he wants it, because he expects special treatment. No way.
Okay, that's your
Yeah, yeah.
perspective,
That's what I'm saying.
but
Just
I don't
mine.
think that's true.
Okay.
I don't think that's true. Um, I don't think Trump is a beta male. He might be a toxic alpha male. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's a beta male, and I think that a beta, like when we look at that term, it's high feminine energy. And it goes back to what I was saying full circle. They're not going to have that type of confidence to go in there and expect special treatment. Like a beta male is not going to go to his lady and be like, yo, I expect to come home because I worked mad long and you didn't, that you're going to cater to me. Cause I pay all the bills and stuff. Like I demand this. I want this. I expect you to be like this. Don't dress like that. Like I don't think a beta male's gonna do that.
No, but in like a whiny way. Like, I worked hard. You can't even do that in like a whiny way. Not in like the way that you are like a more alpha male would say it, but in a kind of bitchy way. Like, damn, you can't even cook. You can't like that. Like, I work. I'm outside working. You can't. I come home and the house is dirty. You can't even cook. I gotta make my own meal. Like more whiny. I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
All right. Question number 2. In a relationship only, what do you believe is men's role and what is women's role? In a relationship only, I believe I believe a man's role. I mean, this is kind of like the basics, is to provide and protect, and I believe a woman's role is to nurture and I don't even know what. Oh, and caregive, like be a caregiver and boost, help, um, take stress away, or maybe not stress because that's kind of hard, but bring peace to the house. That's what I think.
Okay. In intimate relationship.
I thought that's what it was. In relationship, intimate relationship. It just says relationship. My mind automatically went to intimate.
Okay. I'm asking.
Yes, mine and intimate.
Okay.
Yes,
So, because there's different relationships,
I know.
technical.
Mine just
So
went
that's why.
straight
Okay.
to that.
Um.
Hmm.
So, what is the man's role and woman's role in an intimate romantic relationship? So, I believe the man's role is to be in his masculine frame, and the woman's role is to be in her feminine frame. And if you want to go in depth, the stuff you said,
Okay.
provide and protect, her nurture and serve, command, follow, decide, um, and it asks for advice, um, dominate and submit. So this is the man and the woman. I believe that in relationships, well, intimate relationship, um, that's how it should be. It's not equal. So if you get into a egalitarian relationship, um, you know that's not present. Even if you try to make it want to be, like you want that balance, but if you guys are getting each other used to something, it's very hard to break and then start
Mm.
trying to implement that. So I think that's their roles. Because we're complementary opposites, yin and yang, to come together as a whole and build something. So I think the equal doesn't work. So I think it has to be like 100 on each side, come together, do your role, I do my role, and then it balances. Like that's the balance. Like imagine domestic gender roles, right? Like
Mm.
we gotta be specific sometimes, because sometimes when people hear gender roles, they just think of in the house. Oh, he's never gonna cook. He's never gonna clean the toilet. Domestic gender roles: cleaning the toilet, cooking, cleaning, mowing the lawn. The door is off its hinges. He knows his way around a toolbox. That doesn't work if it's equal.
Mm.
Like imagine a masculine man getting with a feminine woman who never did any of those, what I would say, people can disagree, male roles or duties. And then now he's tired, he's expecting her to do it. She's gonna be like, oh, what do I
Mm.
do? Do I YouTube? Like, I don't know, I might break a nail. You want me to hold the drill? Like, and why would he put her through that?
Mm.
So domestic gender roles, like it's not gonna work. Like even that needs to be a balance. Because if you think about the woman asking the man to help her with the womanly duties, I believe once again, womanly duties, my ideologies only, he's doing more. Because
Mm.
it's she most likely is not gonna want to do the drill thing, mowing the lawn out there in the hot, beaming down on that barren land, the sun, and beaming on you. Like you think he's just gonna be like standing by the porch looking. You want some lemonade, baby? You good? Take a break. You want some lemonade? Like, or she's gonna do that. Like, which one makes more sense for you?
Him.
You know what I'm saying? So, like him mowing the lawn makes more sense. So, in regards to that, like you gotta understand that the masculine and feminine energy, how they're built, and the man can endure a lot, the woman can't, and she's not gonna be able to endure a lot and still retain her femininity. So it's so difficult, you
That's
know.
true.
Yeah.
Do you think chivalry is dead? If it's not dead, it's definitely dying nowadays.
Mm, I don't think chivalry is dead. I think the common thing is chivalry is dead. Who killed it? Feminism, women, blah blah blah, the movement. No, because I'm a gangster. Like me. I'm a G. So I'm not gonna listen to this rhetoric. Women come in here, rah rah rah. I don't care. I'm still opening your door. Sit back, relax. You're gonna get used to this while you're here. And if you're not rock, you could be out. You see? So it's not dead. Because I'm still here. I'm stubborn with it. So I feel like it's not dead. I feel like that what happens is because of these movements, whatever, different times, most of the time people just give up. They don't
Mm.
got that hunger anymore. They're not hungry. They're not starving. They just give up because maybe it's too hard. So if the woman is rah, 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 yeah, men got it in them, but it's like, oh, because you're rah, 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 you don't deserve it. Because you rah, 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 you know what? I'm not going to do it. Because you say you could do it on your own, I'm not going to offer. So I'm not going to do this. So you could handle it yourself because you're boasting about it. Versus stepping in there and yo, be quiet already. Like how many times you gotta tell me how strong you are?
Mm.
Like I'm doing this to the point she gets used to it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I feel like it's not dead. I think that as leaders, which are the men, right? We just do what we do. Lead. We get scrutiny. People hate us. People want to complain. Why you keep doing this? It's not the times we're in. Leaders don't listen to that. They like it's a lion that is losing sleep over opinions of sheep. That's what it's coming down to, right? Like
Mm.
what is the lion? The king of the jungle.
That's
The
true.
sheep is like a valuable asset in regards to whatever demographic and environment they're in. But are they on that level of a lion? No. So why would the lion like why if the sheep said stop being a lion, like why would the lion listen? That's what I mean. So the leader's just gonna lead. So I think that it's not dead. I think that some people have just given up on it. They're not stubborn with it. They're letting whatever group of gender or society just let them, run that to the ground and run them to the ground. And they're just staying ran to the ground with it. So I don't think it's dead.
Okay.
Because that's part of traditionalism. I don't think it's dead with the women or the men. I think there are still ladies out there who respect guys and are courteous towards men, and there's men the same way, vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's dead because of feminism or the lack of appreciation for it? I think both, but I know you don't like, to have, you can't never pick two. So I'm going to say lack of appreciation for it.
Yeah, you see, it goes back to my whole spill. Like the lack of appreciation makes them give
I
up.
want to, yeah.
You know, but the thing is, like dudes like me are stubborn with it. We're not really concerned with, like, okay, so when I go out there in public, right, I hold the door for somebody. I don't care if they say thank you or not. It's what I'm gonna do. So in a relationship, it's different. I put the standard down. There are to be appreciation there, or there's gonna be consequences. And it's crazy to me if you disciplining her or punishing her for not appreciating you. Me, I'm walking away. That's the consequence.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be bad for you because when you're gonna realize that you can't replace me because he's different, that's what make a woman fall in love. Different. That's what make a man become unforgettable. Different. So when you realize that's your consequence, that's what I mean. So in regards to a stranger, you don't belong to me in no fashion. There's no control over you in that regard. So if I hold the door for the old lady, old man, woman, man, and they don't say thank you or whatever, they don't appreciate that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean I'm gonna go into the next life. You know what? People just don't care what I do for them. I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm just not gonna, just, do this anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Something happened with my computer. I don't know what's going on. What do you call a man who is constantly disrespected by women but continues to provide for them? I say he's a sucker.
Yeah, he's a
Because,
simp.
and then what do you call a woman who is constantly disrespected by men and continues to submit to them? I say she's a fool. And I say both a sucker and a fool because why are you, um, a man who's being disrespected, why are you providing for her? If she's not even respecting you to do that. Just like it's the same thing as the question before. If you're not going to appreciate it, then I've heard you say on the show a million times that whatever's not appreciated gets taken away. So why are you still providing for
Granted,
her?
what's taken for granted will eventually be taken away.
Oh, okay, sorry. Um, and then a woman that is being disrespected. Why are you with a man who's disrespecting you? He's not then. He also doesn't appreciate your submission. So then why are you there?
You know, I got a little bit more in depth for the woman that does that. The man, he's a simp. Um, you know, but you know what? Matter of fact, I got it for both. The reason he's a simp is because he lacks self-esteem. The woman that allows that lacks self-esteem.
I agree.
I think they both lack self-esteem. Um, she's not confident in herself, her value, what she brings.
Mm.
And same thing for him. So they're both in the same boat. The woman, the woman and the man that the simp and the woman you say is a fool, they're both seeking validation, which is why they do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's common for the woman to seek validation for the opposite sex, but for the man to do it puts him in the frame of the feminine, highly simping, beta, and all that. something is wrong with him mentally. He's mentally ill. So both of them lack self-esteem. Both of them are seeking validation, which is why they do it. And if they're constantly being disrespected and they continue to do it, it could be the fact that there's some unhealed childhood trauma there, um, which is probably what, like, they probably was abused as a kid.
Mm.
And when they were abused, right? What was this? We had a topic like this, like you abused them and then you positive reinforcement. Forgot what that
Mm.
was called. We just had a blank.
Uh,
But when you do that, it plays into your subconscious. Oh, I'm supposed to get abused, and then something good's supposed to happen.
yeah, there's a
Yeah, it's a psychological term.
yeah,
I forgot it.
when you fall in love with your captor. Stockholm
Stockholm.
syndrome.
Yes,
Hey, see, two
yes.
of us together.
So in that regard, it's like when you are, it's a childhood trauma. I'm getting back to that. I don't want to fumble my words. It's a childhood trauma. So that's not resolved. So they kind of cling to that person doing
Mm.
that. You know what I'm saying? Because of that.
That makes
You
sense.
know, it goes down to that self-esteem comes in every type of avenue. They don't value themselves. They don't know their worth. They don't know what they're going to bring to the table. They don't have anything else, options, whatever. They feel like without this person, they can't go anywhere. And that guy could be the richest man in the world doing that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, don't allow what people may have or don't. And she could be good looking, very good looking, best looking girl in the world, and she does that. So don't allow like the superficials or the external validation from society fool you, because sometimes these people are actually going through this.
That's true. Um, is submission universal? So now, when you say is submission universal, I took it as, is it like globally? Is that what you meant by that question? Like, what does that mean, universal?
Well,
Like
we
men
had
and
this
women?
we had this topic before, right?
This exact same
Well, it wasn't
question?
a topic, a bullet point. So is submission universal? It's not specific. So universal could be literal or figurative. It could be worldwide. It could be in every way. It could be with both genders.
Okay, so I took it as worldwide, and said I believe that it used to be, but I don't think that it's universally worldwide anymore, and definitely not in this country because of everything that affects.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I
So universal can be like synonymous with like every woman.
said.
If we
Right. Well,
if we're put
that's
if
how I took it.
Yeah, if we're putting submission with one gender, the woman, right? With every woman. Is it with every woman? Because men exhibit universal traits or behaviors. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
You see, so it can be every man does this or has this in them. So is submission universal? But I didn't put a gender, but let's put women with women.
I
Then
believe that
it's
it can
no.
be, but I don't think that it
I
is.
don't I don't believe it is,
But I believe that it
because
can be.
because I don't believe it can be, because there are different types of women. Different women submit in different ways.
Yes.
So that's what I believe that is. I think they all submit. Some submit to the highest level. Some submit to the lowest level. Some submit in one regard or circumstance. Bedroom, when bedroom, or when we trying to go eat something, or major
Mm-hmm.
decisions, pressure arise, argument arise. I don't want confrontation. You win. Um, so many different situations, aspects. You got women that may submit in every regard, every environment, every circumstance, and you got women that will submit in one regard. In every aspect. Like, I serve him. I bring him his plate. Oh, you gonna eat today? I'm good. Waits for you to eat. Then she sits down. You eat first. Then she starts eating. That's part of submission too, subtly.
Mm.
So every different, it depends on the character of the woman. But I believe they all submit because we all go back to our default programming due to these type of arousals, mental, emotional, physical, sexual. We go back to it subconsciously. Quick, innate. The boss chick can't figure out where to go eat. The boss babe don't know how to hold her people accountable. Makes her feel uncomfortable. Makes her feel uncomfortable. Be a little bit mean. She don't know how to do it. It scares her. It's too much pressure. Too much pressure today. She don't know what to do. The man could be beta or whatever. Something arises. He's quick. Step back. Now he turned into the Hulk. Like, where did that come from? I've never seen him like this. The woman is talking. Seen him beta most of our relationship. God damn, this kind of made me fall in love with him even a little bit more. Never seen this side of him. Didn't even think he had that in him. You see, so we just go back to our nature. So I think that due to the woman's nature, she gonna submit in one fashion or another. Now it doesn't necessarily mean it's 24/7. So I think that it's not universal with the specific gender of the woman. Um, but they all do. It's just gonna happen in different ways.
I agree. Do you think a feminist or a woman with deep rooted anger can truly be submissive to a male chauvinist? If so, what would allow her to be? I think, hmm, I think so. I think that a feminist or a woman with deep rooted anger can be submissive to a male chauvinist, and I think that is probably she's getting back into her nature. And but I think it a woman with deep anger, I think that clearly something happened there. I'm not sure about like how a feminist like if but a woman with like deep rooted anger, she's hurt. So she's putting up like that wall, kind of like a defensive.
hmm
A feminist, I think so, but I'm not sure about that one.
So so I think that she can be because what I said earlier
That's what I think.
of the one aspect or whatever it is, she might always be submissive to him in this specific aspect
Mm-hmm.
whenever she's around that guy. Now, the irony about because this is an oxymoron, it's a contradiction. The male chauvinist and the female feminist, they
Mm-hmm.
they support different things. Um and they're kind of designed to be apart. But the irony is, I wouldn't say about the male chauvinist. The irony is the female feminist, is attracted to it. That's the irony. So she might complain about him or whatever it is, but if she is not comfortable dominating men in many different fashions, especially in bed, she's attracted to him. You're
Mm.
such an asshole. But talking to her girls. But last night he brought that shit to the bedroom. It was amazing. Yeah. So she's turned on still, even though she doesn't like what he stands for. You understand that?
Mm.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
Yeah, because if she's not a lesbian, then I'm right.
yeah,
She's
I agree with you.
because she's most likely gonna want a strong guy, and that most like 99% of the time, those male chauvinists are pretty strong and dominant. So those women are gonna be attracted to that because they're like you were saying, getting back into their nature. I don't like what you stand for, but you know what? We can We can have fun because you're better than these weak dudes who kiss my ass all day. You not agreeing with me and what you stand for? Yeah, you're an asshole, but for some reason it turns me on. Getting back into her nature because the woman is not designed to be attracted to the nice guy. This is all around psychology. I'm not just talking shit or making up stuff. You can really research this stuff to find out that even the feminist will say that. She'll snitch on herself and then she won't realize she said that. She won't realize it. She can. But will it be consistent? No, they're gonna bump heads constantly. They're gonna bump heads constantly, like make up, break up type shit. Domestic violence, good dick, good pussy, domestic violence. Like they'll have their good moments, then she'll be good, and then she'll blow up next week, and they'll have an argument. Then she'll be good again, and you see, she keeps battling him because she's a feminist. That deep rooted anger, reality is she can submit. Now, if we go more in depth and add more context or add another sentence, will it be consistent? No, it won't be consistent. That's what it comes down to. So that can work with the male chauvinist if he just cares about her being submissive to him in whatever is the most important for him. Like she always defers to me when we're going places. I get to choose where we're going to eat. She always defers to me in bed. Okay, those two things I'm good with.
Hmm.
But if he's like in every fashion, oh, when we have an argument, she calls me on a name, she's cutting me off, she's doing this, she embarrasses me in front of people I bring around. I tell her how to dress, she don't really because she's an independent feminist, and she don't agree with that. Like if he don't care about those other regards, it works. But if he's like, oh, she's submissive in regards to she lets me make decisions, what we're doing, I got tickets to the basketball game, whatever, WWE, but she's good with that. This, that, bedroom, boom, that's all I care about. But the moment I say, yo, I don't want you dressed like that. Yeah, I'm a strong, independent woman. Okay, fine. Keeps clicking. And then it phase him. Then it phase him. If he's not that guy that likes it in every regard, then I could see it working. But remember, they're not they're not working well for real. Because he clearly articulated he didn't like it. She pushed back. He just was like, oh, it's not a big deal, whatever.
He's probably
Fuck
gonna
it.
have resentment building.
Yeah, so it doesn't work. The anger issues, no. Deep rooted anger, mm-mm. She can't. I don't think that relationship will last. So she can get there, but the consistency, mm-mm. I'll be shocked. The consistency, no. She's eventually gonna fuck it up for herself. Cause he's gonna be the one end up leaving. Like, there's not a lot of options for her because she's a strong, independent woman, feminist. Not a lot of options for her. This goes back full circle what I was saying in this prior segment, like couple seconds ago when I was talking about the irony about it. She's attracted to him because the nice guys they're all over the place. I'm crushing these dudes. They're bozos to me. He's an asshole. I don't really like him. Men first, women follow. What the fuck is that? I don't like it. But you know what? I'm attracted to it still. She don't have a lot of options. So in regards to that, she's not leaving him because he's still doing stuff that is getting her in that nature and it feels good. So she gets back into her emotions, which is like what women are dominated on. So those feel good hormones, dopamine, serotonin, those mood stabilizers, those are enhanced when she's with this guy. She feels things for him she never felt with other dudes. So she don't have a lot of options. So that's why I say she gonna fuck it up for herself. Even if she's like on some fake shit. We're done. I'm done with you. Yo, couple of hours, she hitting you up back up. She hitting you back up. You know what I'm saying? Because she realized what I'm saying. Damn. I don't got options. Fuck. and she could be the baddest chick in the world. She knows she don't have options because of her attitude, because of her character, because of what she stands for.
Yeah,
That's
but
right. And she's not willing to transition. And for her, she might be thinking, well, this guy knows how to handle me. He knows how to handle the demons. He knows how to handle the brat. He knows how to handle the bitch. He knows how to handle me. And he does a very good job. So that right there is constitution for her to be like, boom, I'm sticking around. She's gonna be fucking it up to a point where that guy is just getting tired and it's like, I'm out of here.
right, but a woman with deep rooted anger doesn't necessarily mean that she's also like a feminist also.
No, no, you're
Like
right.
I think it like a feminist has those beliefs because of whatever reason she has those beliefs.
Yeah.
A woman with deep rooted anger is because she's angry because she's witnessed something happened to her, whatever, and she hasn't dealt with that. So that's why my answer was like, yeah, she probably can because she's putting up that front.
But deep rooted anger, we didn't say on any specifics. So she has deep rooted anger in general.
But it has to do with males, with
So
men,
let me teach you something.
because
So,
that's what the question says.
submissive women, 99%, no, 100% they're happy. I swear to God. You see them? Most of these women are happy. They gave up pride. They gave up ego. They sacrificed. And they getting the best. Operative word, sacrificed. And now they're getting the best.
Okay.
So they're the happiest. A woman who's has deep-rooted anger and it's still lingering and present is not happy, obviously. You can't be
Yeah.
both. You can't be both. So if so what's going on with that? If she's with a man that makes her the happiest, why does she still have deep rooted anger?
Because she hasn't worked through it.
Because it has a lot to do with her.
That's what I'm saying. She hasn't worked through her
Okay, so
issues.
how can she be really 100% submissive there? She's battling that.
But it doesn't say 100% submissive. It just says, can she truly be submissive?
Yeah, 100%. So I don't believe that
Now
she
I'm
can.
technical.
I don't believe that she can because she has deep rooted anger issues. She has deep rooted anger. So that's going to make it hard for her to be happy. Yo, an example. Her anger flares up. Could be in whatever regard. Goes out, road rage, whatever. That person on the road now ruins her whole day. You give her a call. You're all happy. How you doing, baby? Or whatever. Da 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 da. This person, she can't even be like, you can't even enjoy her now. You can't even enjoy her now. She can't even be submissive to you because she got all this deep rooted anger. That's like so much aggression that's running through her. She can't get into her femininity. So it's a lot
That
to do
makes
with her. So
sense.
she can't truly be 100% submissive because she's not working on her anger issues. Like it's not fathomable for a woman to be angry. It's not. Like she's not born that way. Feminine women romanticize everything. They're like, oh, let me put this flower between my ears and hair. It's so nice. They're always happy. They wear long dresses and stuff like that, always covered up. They're always happy. You know what I'm saying? So if you find a woman who's not happy and angry and stuff like that, and she's in a relationship, yo, that's crazy. Like, damn, there's women out there who are not in a relationship. You're in a relationship with a good dude, and you still got rooted anger. You're not happy. That's crazy to me. That's like in a woman's nature too. Like they're not the happiest making the most money. That's a man thing. They're the happiest when they're in healthy relationships. When they're in relationships. So if she's in a relationship, intimate, romantic one, right? We're not talking about business, friendships, or whatever it is, associates, acquaintances. Why is she not happy? That's weird to me. So she's not present in that dynamic. That's what it is. That's crazy. Well, it's not crazy, but something is wrong with that lady. It's not even the guy, it's that woman that has a problem. She can't even be happy in there. Like, you got a lot of stuff or you're being granted things that mad women would beg for. Like, you know how many women would want to be in your position, but you got deep rooted anger. You're not happy. You see. So how can she truly be submissive there? She can't. To be submissive, you got to be able to be present, mind and soul, not just body. Sometimes these women is giving up their body. They submitting their body. They present there, but that doesn't count. They gotta be mentally present. They gotta be emotionally present. So if a woman has deep rooted anger, she can't be those things. So can she truly be submissive? I don't think so.
All right. You want to read the statement? Or you want me to read it?
I don't have it in front of me.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
As women get older, the most attractive thing in a man is clarity, provision, protection, decision making, emotional intelligence, spiritual awakening, amazing problem solving abilities, discipline, sexually, mentally, and emotionally, setting boundaries, principles, sexual prowess, being well read and obviously well rounded, and a great conversationalist. That's a lot. If men just disappeared tomorrow, would women fare well or be worse off, and why?
So the statement, what do you think about it? You just read it and it kept going. Like, do
Because
you
it's a
agree?
statement.
Do you agree? Do you disagree? Like, it
Um,
may be a statement, but it could still be opinion. Like, is
I
that
mean,
something
if
true?
a woman can find a man that has all of that, I mean, that's great. But you're not gonna find. I don't think you're gonna find a man that has every single one of those,
The
unless
point
it's
is, as women get older,
older.
is this something that is they want, or it's not true? So I believe it's true.
I think as women get older, their list
Yeah, I'm gonna break down some facts.
kind of breaks it down. Like they don't expect all of that.
So
But it could be true.
that's perfectly fine, and it's good that you said that because I deal with women.
Well,
So
I'm an
that's where
older woman, and
exactly.
I know what I'm looking
So
for.
now I could talk about it. So I hear this all the time. You're different. Wow, you value conversations. Wow, this is that. So this is a fact because I've dated older women, middle age, younger. I don't do minors. I want to make that perfectly clear. But I've dated them all in that regard of the type of age bracket, whatnot, except for minors. I've heard from women who are over 30, 35, like mid 30s, maybe early 40s, late 30s. They value this stuff. This is more important. Notice nothing in there is financial. Nothing in there is status. Because when we are younger, and psychology says this, we don't know what love is. Our first love couldn't be it, possibly. That couldn't be it. You're still learning. You're still learning. So maybe you like the flash. Now, when you get older, and maybe you have your own business, you're established as a woman, what's gonna mean more to you is the little things, simplicity. So yeah, I appreciate that you can have a conversation with me, because most guys don't know what to say. I appreciate that you have self-control, because I'm a crazy fucking bitch. And you can bring that down. I appreciate that you are solution-oriented, because I'm indecisive. There's mad problems. I don't know how to attack that. I appreciate that you bring masculine energy, because now it makes me feel comfortable to get and embody my femininity.
And it brings like safety.
So all of these things that is in the statement are masculine qualities. So as the woman gets older, she starts to value the traditional masculine dominant man. When she was younger, she didn't know what that was. A spoiled chick who has a young man, maybe 20, 25. She's 20. He's providing and protecting. He learned that. She's just thinking that's regular shit. Yo, you ain't gonna get me bags though? Like, I wanna look like the chicks on Instagram. We ain't flying out places. She don't value what he's doing. She don't even say thank you, blah, blah, blah. You helped me get home safe. You drove me. I don't drive. You drove me. You picked me up all the way here. She don't see that. It's flying over her head. When she gets older, she starts to appreciate it. Why?
Because she values that.
Because why does she value it? I'll answer. Because it's not readily available to her now. Yeah, so now she's starting to see, oh, this shit hard. This shit hard to get. So now, where's that dude I dated 3 years ago? He always made sure I was good, but she didn't know how to value that at that age. So that's what I mean. So when they get older, it's like the stuff that they valued younger, they know themselves now when they're older. So now they're actually looking at, oh, this is what it is to be a man. And that's going to allow me to be present in this dynamic. So that's why I think that from my experience with women, talking to them, hearing what they've said, their compliments they've dished out to me, compared to what's out there, yes, I feel like it's true. The older they get, they start to value these things. You got to think about it too. You have a dude who's 22 years old and a girl who's 22 years old. They're both building. It's not it's not always possible that 22-year-old young man is established, got money, knows himself. That's the most prominent thing. Knows himself, which is why he knows to approach in a date to know what he's gonna bring to the table. It's not common. He don't know even his self-worth. He don't know what he's a descendant of. He don't know where he comes from. He don't know what the value of operative word being a man is. And everything in this world created was that's associated with it. He don't know that, probably.
Most likely he don't.
You know, some like 1%, special individuals who they're very intelligent. They're not just smart. They're very intelligent. They're intellects. They probably do. But most likely not. Also depending on how they were raised, how they came up. Environments.
Yeah,
2-parent households or one. What they've seen, what they've engaged in, extracurricular activities or not. School, sports, maybe not. Mentors. So most likely, he's not going to know his value. So the conversation is bland. It's plain. It's little kid conversations. 22-year-old, they're really talking like 22. Not like the 22-year-old is talking like a 50-year-old man. That's a 1%. He's wise beyond his years.
And especially nowadays with all the texting, they don't know how to talk at
so
all.
they don't know. So that girl that's 22 years old, I don't want to say girl, young lady, right? Young woman. She not gonna know that because of what's out there. So she gonna be on that little kid shit too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe up until she dates an older guy. Maybe she dates a guy who's 30, who's 28, got his head on a swivel. Then she learns from him. Operative word, learns from him. And that's the only way she gonna love a man. She could learn from him. She not learning from the 22-year-old. They're on the same level.
Yeah.
So what you're saying there, she not valuing. Now when she gets older, she starts to. Because now she becomes hungry for it. It's a need. It's a need. You hear a lot of women saying, like, oh, I don't need a man. I don't need it. Now it's a need. Because she knows that's what a man's going to bring.
So it says, if men just disappeared tomorrow, would women fare well or be worse off? And why? I think that nowadays, because of, technology and everything that's out there work-wise, I'm going in steps. Probably, yes, I think that they would fare pretty okay. And as far as like relationship type, if men just disappeared, I think a lot of women would miss certain aspects of that. But I also think that women, a lot of them have, uh, I don't know, what is the word? Not lesbian tendencies. That's what
Bi curious moments.
right, thank you. Bi curious, and they'll be like, well, she'll find herself a stud or something like that. So I think now, will they be better off? I don't think they'll be better off. I think that they would just work with what they have.
Um, so I believe women would be worse off. I wrote a couple of things. First off, because most women, not all of them, 90% women do things for the attention and appeasement of men, the male gaze. So shit, why we twerking online?
That's
I
true, but then
mean,
that's a
I mean,
good thing.
the bitches could hype us up, but nah, come on, I'm not a lesbian. I'm gonna get that BBL for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the dudes at? I need validation. Technology, technology, everything we're created, all the artifacts, guidance, leadership. Women learn leadership from men. A woman who's a regional of something, she learned that from a guy. That's why she got in the position. Men put women in positions. Men create certain things for women to be in. For example, a building. Build certain things for women to be in. So women would actually be worst off when we look at it in the entirety. Oh, who's gonna protect us? Who,
But
who,
there's no men.
there's no men. Yeah, who's gonna
Right.
protect us?
From
We,
what though?
who's gonna protect us, yo? Like, we got these lesbians. Like, if you research, right, they will say that more domestic violence come from women than men and women. So you were saying stud before? Yo, imagine, cause two chicks can't control their emotions, right? That's crazy to me. Like, who's gonna stop that? So my question is, when a stud and a what do they call the other one? Just a regular lesbian
I guess I don't know.
get into an argument,
Well, there's a name for it, but I can't
who's the one to stop it? most abuse comes from lesbian households. Look it up. You got the computer. And the thing is, like, when you look at that in that fashion, like, a lot of times, like, there's dudes out there who would just protect women just because. Simps. Simps. So most of the time, that girl code shit is fake. It's fake. And you see it during dire situations occur. You know what I'm saying? Fucking this motherfucker got loose in the zoo. The monkey got loosed in the zoo and shit, and he going bananas. Who's gonna protect you? The girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, we in an earthquake right now. What you gonna do? Buddy up? You got time to think logical or be frantic and scream? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, men are here for that provision and protection. You know what I'm saying? In every capacity. We're not just talking financial.
Okay, this says domestic violence occurs in gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender couples, and the rates are thought to be similar to a heterosexual woman, approximately 25%. There are more cases of domestic violence among males living with male partners than among males who live with female partners. So it's still males.
Yeah, it's still same sex.
No, males and males. So
Yeah, same sex.
same sex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
But I
crazy.
believe the women. You
Well,
know,
Google says that.
yeah, fuck Google. You
Stupid
know,
Google. You
but
sound like my dad. My dad's like, Google don't know nothing.
I mean, niggas just sitting behind a, you know, computer putting in whatever.
Wait, there was something that I wanted to
Can we
say.
get other statistics? You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll probably do that later. We probably don't got that much time. But you know,
Well, what I was gonna say, in regards to when the men, if they just up and disappeared, um, and you said something about, that women, they usually like dress for and like show out to get attention.
man.
But if there aren't any men, kind of like when a guy goes to jail and he's straight and he's going for 25 to life. Sometimes if there's nothing else there, you know what I mean? You just kind of when in Rome. You heard that saying, when in Rome?
Women are happier with men.
Yeah, I think so.
So
I'm just
so
saying,
so I'm gonna
but
give you
if
an,
it, they just
I'm gonna give you an
if they up and
example.
disappear, that's
I'm not
awful.
I'm not trying to debate you,
I'm
but
not
I'm gonna
debating.
give you an example. There's actually women out there who have a whole husband at home, who got a boyfriend, whatever, committed to him, all that, posting online. I love him. But she's feeling depressed today. And that one simp is just like always kissing her ass. You know, always telling her things that he doesn't on a daily basis. Oh, you're so gorgeous today. My God, it's something about you. That makes her fucking day. And
Yeah.
she tells that dude that did that, damn, that made my day. She not giving him no play, but she's using that attention to make her day. So if there's not guys there that are validating them and giving them those kind words or whatever, because it's mostly coming from guys than women, even online, right? OnlyFans and shit like that. Yo, they gonna get more depressed. That's why I'm saying it's worst off. It's not just worst off in a physical aspect. It's fucking making them sick. It's making them
Mm.
mentally ill. Like, oh, I'm not pretty enough. And she could be the baddest chick. Oh, no guys told me I'm pretty today. God damn, what's up? Do I got a pimple or something? You see? So it's making them worse mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Too, if men are not around. You know, so most women don't like each other. That's why I'm telling you, it's fake. I swear to God, most women don't like each other. You know, a dude and I could have beef. We fight. Yo, bring your boxing gloves next time. I'm gonna knock your ass out. We fight. We throw a couple of blows. Black eye. I got a black eye. He's bleeding in his lip. Maybe nose broken. Yo, at the end, yo, you want to go get some pizza? Maybe grab a beer or something? Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Let's. What? What? We were just fighting. You see what I'm saying? Like most women don't like each other. So it would be fucking catty if they didn't have dudes around. It would be bad. It would be worse. They'd be worse off in every aspect. Oh, that's not fair. They make their own group. It'd be hard. Men being out here is not just in the sense of attention or validating the woman. Yo, it keeps order and discipline. Yeah, you probably didn't think of that, right? It keeps order and discipline because I feel like men do that better than women because we gotta be like ruthless and we gotta be logical and we gotta move in that regard and think about the whole nation, not just one specific group. You know, so I feel like even that, because people might complain about discipline and dominance and stuff like that, but yo, the reality is secretly they need it. They love it. Structure, they love that. Imagine if
That's
there was
true.
no boss anywhere. It'd be, what do I do now? Everybody's just gonna do what they want.
I think everybody loves structure. They be lying.
They're in denial. That's what I'm saying. So women love structure, and the best gender to provide that are men. So where would they be without men? They'd be worst off. Trust me. Deep down, women love men. They do, and men love women. It's just there's so much shit going on nowadays. Hurt, drama, yeah, but trauma. I was gonna say.
Mm.
They just scared to admit it. They don't want to admit it. They don't want to be vulnerable. But the reality is, like, there's a woman in the city near you that's being vulnerable to a dude right now.
There's a couple. There's a few. There's a couple of hundred of
You know what I'm
those.
saying? In every regard. Sexually, mentally, emotionally, even with a male friend. Ah, he's a simp. He's never gonna get the panties. But I use him, a male friend.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of them. So, like, they'd be worst off, I believe.
Why is it that most women believe their value comes from titles, status, finances, top of the ladder, than their nurturing ability? their ability to build a legacy and family, their femininity and submission. I think it's what they see, like on social media, on TV, entertainment. Um, and I maybe it's also caused by their trauma, what they see or what they've been told. Like, make sure you have the best. Probably also their ego. What they can show off. You can't show off, your nurturing ability, like how you can't show off a Birkin bag. You know, that's what I think. I feel something like that. Although I was never, um, but go ahead.
You were never what?
I forgot. That's why I said, but go ahead. I was like,
Never that superficial woman?
I was never that superficial woman.
Is that what you were gonna say?
Uh,
You were never into the bags and because that's what
yeah,
you ended before you forgot.
probably.
Okay, so I agree with a
Oof.
lot of the stuff. What?
I just had a pain in my knee. Go.
Um, maybe it's that a sign.
Of
Yeah.
what?
What I'm saying,
Oh,
maybe
okay. Go
it's
ahead.
true. So, just to put in context of what you're gonna say is a summary, social conditioning. So I agree with what you
Yeah,
said.
so
I
social
think that's social
conditioning.
conditioning, environmental,
Mm-hmm.
maybe one parent household, attention hungry, the bag
Mm-hmm.
situation. You're right. I could show something physical
Mm-hmm.
versus intangible.
Mm-hmm.
So something tangible I can show, but intangibly I'm not gonna get valued for that. That's why I'm not gonna show it.
Right,
Remember,
that's what they think.
remember, we had a topic. Why do people bring something to the big list? Episode 115. Why do we bring? Why do people have a big list? Bring it
Mm-hmm.
to the table instead of what they
Bring to the
bring.
table.
We one of the bullets was that. Do you think somebody would be valued for the things that is not visible, or maybe
Yeah.
it's not verbatim,
Mm-hmm.
or can't be seen, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
intangible? Like, do you think if women today go out and say, you know what, I know how to be submissive to a man, do you think that would be valuable? No, to a lot of guys, especially modern. Maybe a traditional dude because has a traditional mindset. But oh, I can cook for a man. I'm really really good. I can be peace. A man that's in peace with himself, and I get with him, I don't disturb his peace. So he's at peace with himself. He finds a woman who's peaceful, and she don't disturb his peace. So I bring a man peace. I'm not gonna disturb that. I can bring that. I'm calm in pressure situations. I'm optimistic. I'm loving. I'm giving, regardless. Ride or die. Synonymous, highest level of loyalty. I bring all these things. A lot of people won't value that. Bitch, shut up. Shut up. We don't want to hear that. Twerk something. Twerk something for me. You
There's the
say, where's your
answer.
bag at?
Yeah.
Where's your Birkin bag? You got Coach? Oh, you bottom. You need Birkin. You need Gucci. Where you at? You see what I'm
From
saying?
a man, though.
The simpleton mindset will think like that. Women and men versus the people who value simplicity will actually value what she's saying. But how many people will do that? They're gonna look at that as high value, what she
Mm,
was saying. But how many people will value her for that and still see that as high value? They won't. That's my point.
that's sad.
So why don't they do it? Yeah, a lot of these things because it's not common. And most people want to go with what the crowd is doing. And being we want to be in the crowd. So it's kind of taboo to talk about how you would take care of a man. You gonna get shamed for that, girl. That's not what we doing. You violating girl code. We're supposed to stick together. We got rights now. Duh. Women empowerment, feminism. What are you doing? What are you doing? You hate women or something? She probably scared of that. That's not gonna be as valued. The traditional women will value it. The traditional men will value it.
Mm.
But being like everybody else there, whorish ways, attention seeking, whatever, bag this, BBL, all that, like that's what's in right now. So let me just adjust to the times. So I feel like that's why they won't. It's what's being ingrained in them in every way.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, get your bag. That's the right thing to do. Be a boss. Da 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 da. Don't go and clean. Don't stay at home. Don't raise kids. You got a purpose in life. You don't know what that is, but you'll find it out soon. It's not a legacy. It's definitely not in a relation. Definitely not in being in a relationship right now with some corny ass niggas that ain't gonna value you.
Mm.
A lot of women are actually projecting,
Yeah.
setting other women up for failure, and those women are not strong enough mentally
Or
to
don't
be
know themselves.
psychologically immune to the BS, so they follow. And it's in a woman's nature to follow. So that's why, because the other aspect is not being glorified. You're being glorified for being a boss bitch, independent, strong, and stuff like that. You're not being glorified as much for being the opposite, dependent upon, feminine, submissive. You know how to take care of a man. You know how to raise a family. You're intuitive. You know when he's there, I need him. Like he relies on me to do the feminine stuff. Like you're not getting valued for that. That's kind of boring. So most of the time, we're more in a modern world than we are in a traditional one.
I feel like fear has a lot to do with that too.
It,
On the woman's part of if they're not a boss bitch or independent or have their own, and they have to rely and depend on somebody else. What if he ups and leaves? What if where I'm under stuck? I'm be stuck. We've had that conversation
fear.
too. Yeah, I think it's fear also.
Fear. So if it's
Scary.
fear, are they really happy in their position? Or they're just like, I gotta do what I gotta do right now.
I mean, I think a lot of it is I gotta do what I gotta do, but some people find are happy in their job. I don't know if they're happy, if they would be happier just having that position, or would they be happier in a happy relationship. I think most women, like you said earlier, would be happier in a loving, healthy relationship, not having to bust their ass or lead a bunch of people. You know what I mean? I agree with you. Why do most men not recognize their value and where it comes from? I think they were never taught it.
I think it comes down to the same thing with the question prior: social conditioning, environment, attention hungry. Like if you got a dude in the hood that's like, you ain't shit, you just gonna be a street nigga forever. The streets are your life, and there's an expiration date there. So for a black man, you know, it's it's there's two sides of the coin for you. And the two sides of the coin for you is either death or jail.
Mm,
You ain't shit. And what if you're hearing that from
from little.
your parents
Yeah.
or one parent? You stupid, you never gonna amount to nothing. Like you're constantly hearing that.
Yeah.
So
Dito.
they don't realize their value. They don't know who they are. Their environment, they now become a product of it. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to do better because, like, words are powerful. So now they're absorbing those words, especially at a young age,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like starting to believe it because now it's becoming like repetition. Like you work out, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like as you're working out
Not
the
like you.
muscle, as you're working out the muscle, it's like repetition. You build muscle memory. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say it was hard the first set. The second set's gonna be a little bit easier because it's muscle memory. So it's like repetition. When you're constantly saying it, it's repetition for the young kid. So it's ingrained in their subconscious now. Repetition. So that repetition now becomes muscle memory. That muscle memory now, it's like how they move
Mm-hmm. It's
because they
all.
start to eventually believe it.
It's also like when people say um when they get accused of something so many times, might as well do it.
Yeah.
Might as well just get. I mean, if that's what you believe, I might as well do it. Or when kids do something bad, and like, why'd you do that? That's what people expect from me, so I'm gonna give it to them.
Hmm.
That's what I think it is too.
The last thing, no prominent role models,
Yeah.
male mentors.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because most of these young boys, they're looking for the next generation to relate to follow. You see, so if they don't have positive male role models in their life, this is another reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now the opposite. What can change that? Those positive role models bring that positive reinforcement.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you're good. Don't worry about it. You missed that goal. Yeah, get it next time. But look at the silver lining.
Mm-hmm.
Did you build discipline? Did you build character? You're a king. Don't ever let anybody treat you any different. Boom, boom, boom. Look how gritty. You're so smart. Wow, you're so good at this talent. Can you turn this? Yo, confidence is the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing.
Oof.
So a lot of times they don't have confidence due to all these things I stated. That's why they don't know their value.
Yeah. All right. Final thoughts. What's a man's purpose in life, and what is a woman's? Um, I'm gonna go back to the same thing I said earlier. I believe a man's purpose is to provide and protect. Be that role model for and be the role model, and disciplinarian. Um, the one who teaches. The family who brings the family up with him. And I believe a woman's purpose. Well, I'm I automatically go to that, to the family structure. I That's the only thing that I see when we talk about this. So I believe a woman's role in the family structure is to nurture, is to heal, is to bring comfort, bring peace, um, help the children learn as well. Um, bring be that caregiver. Um, that's what I think, and I think in general life, what a man's purpose and a woman's purpose is in general life. I mean, if you're not building, if your goal isn't to build your family and your legacy, then everything else is kind of falls by the wayside in my eyes.
In in what is a man's purpose and a woman's purpose in general, or was it relationship?
My answers was in a relationship in the
No, what's
family
the
that I
topic
make.
though? Because we're reiterating that
Oh,
for our
in
final
that's
thoughts.
it. In general,
Okay,
what's a man's purpose and a woman's purpose? I just order my mind goes to a relationship.
okay. So so I'm gonna say in general, because I feel like the man that does this in general is also bringing this in a relationship. The woman that does this in general is also bringing this in a relationship. So what I wrote down was build, create, lead, educate, and you know, building comes with like legacy too. So I believe that a man is stepping into his power when he's engaging in these things or creating these things. The woman serve, nurture, um, you know, helpmate, and that helpmate can be towards a legacy of a man or her man, um, giving, loving, um, spirituality. So I believe that this is a woman's purpose and this is a man's purpose, and they're gonna bring these in the relationships. Now, when we are getting in our purpose, we're also diving into our core energy. So when we're diving into our core energy, we're balancing and we're able to get everything we want. It goes full circle. So when you're like, what is a man's purpose? What is a woman's purpose? Yeah, to conceive too. What is a man's purpose? To build, like you said, lead a family, um, others behind it. Like a man is prominent not just for the child, but the woman too.
Yeah.
So I think that these are their purpose on this earth, and You could look at it in biblical times, you could look at it in the Bible, you could look at it in biology, science, whatever it is, but there's going to be something in there, that's kind of similar. Even if it's science and biology, they will merge eventually. And like they will say the same thing or same word for one specific situation. You know what I'm saying? It could be provide and protect, could be serve and nurture, so I believe these are the purposes. And these purposes is what's gonna allow us to also coexist with one another when we're able to do these things and get in these things. Um, so I think that this topic was really good.
Yes,
Because
sir.
I think that it's not enough that we can really talk about knowledge of self. Like, why are we here? You know what I'm saying? I
Mm.
think that there's a lot of monkey see, monkey do parroting. He say, she say, he said that, he repeated it, she said that, she repeated it. We don't understand what we're saying, just repeating it. And I think that, you know, when we know ourselves,
Mm.
we know what we're gonna give. And not just a relationship, society. Like if you know your value as a man, you know what you can bring to the community. If you know your value as a woman, you know what you can bring your man, a man, or how you're gonna be present or valuable in your community with your children, with whatever you're engaging in. If you know yourself and your purpose. So I think that right now, from my experience of hearing like women in the past few years or whatever, they're stuck because they're trying to find what their purpose is.
Mm.
And sometimes what happens is you can learn that it's not for you when one or two things happen. It don't work because God don't want it to work for you because you're not supposed to be in there or you're not consistent with it enough.
Yeah.
So it don't work. So a woman might think, okay, I don't know my purposes, but people are saying my bag and all this other stuff. I gotta find my purpose. She been finding her purpose for 5 years. She don't know what her purpose is. Meanwhile, she can't hear God. God is like, well, I made you found the guy that you was praying for. You gonna help him. You're gonna build his legacy with him. You're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna have kids with him, you're gonna blah blah blah, you're gonna be this, and then you're gonna start to flourish and start getting everything you want because that's your purpose. That's your legacy. But she don't hear, so she don't know. So she's following. What is the guy doing? He's following the woman. He thinks that him doing what the woman is doing or behaving like the woman is his purpose. He's trying to find his way, he's like, damn, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. It's like he's not gonna know it. And the thing is, like, for him to realize what his purpose is, he needs to dive into his powers. And maybe his purpose is gonna be his favorite hobby that is turned into his purpose. You know what I'm saying? But he's not gonna know that if he don't know himself. Because if he don't know himself, he's just following. He's following what other guys are doing, what guys are doing in the street, his bum friends are doing. They're not trying to elevate. The girls are doing. He's following them. He's following everybody. He's taking a piece from everybody because he doesn't know himself. The moment he knows himself, he breaks out of that. Now he becomes the 1% because he's doing what the 99% is unwilling to. Maybe it's too hard for them. It's not their purpose. His purpose is special. So it's really all about knowledge of self. That's step one. One time I had this conversation with a woman. I used to she was like a teacher. I dated her years ago. And she was like a strong independent type chick. Well, it was weird when she got with me. She was she was very like submissive, I would say. Like she told me one day, "Oh, I'm free in the summertime. If you just want to grab me and take me wherever you want, Like, I'll just sit around, whatever. I just want to be around you. Like, take me to work. I'll find something to do. Like, I like that, but I had to like check her and be like, yo, it's only been a month we dating. Relax. Like, maybe that could happen during the line. Like, calm down. I like that, but goddamn, it's only been a month. So I dated her, and one time we had like an argument. No, I wouldn't say we had an argument. She was like getting loud and stuff like that. I was calm, and I'm asking her questions. She said, she said, um, she said, I gotta find my purpose. So what do I do? Ask questions. What is your purpose? I knew that shit was rhetorical. Cause she just said she's trying to find this shit. So I'm like, what do you think your purpose is? Crickets. I'm quiet too. Then she finally answers, well, I don't know. I need to find out. I said, you know what your purpose is gonna be? Possibly being my wife, having my kids, helping raise them. That's gonna be your legacy. Cause she mentioned that, like, I gotta have my legacy. That's gonna be your legacy. Why maybe we were put together for some reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ever think of that? Yo, she couldn't fathom that. She was young too. She was like under 30 when I met her. Probably like 31 now. I don't know, 32 maybe. I don't know. But that was like years ago. I dated her. But that's a perfect example. There's a lot of women like her. Think, oh, my legacy. I gotta build my legacy. Get all this bread. No, that's probably not your purpose. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know yourself, because all she's doing is copying the other chicks. Like her lifestyle's no different. Like, you go out there and you meet a girl wherever you meet her, and she tell you the same thing the five other girls you was trying to date. Oh, these are the five other girls. They said the same thing. Like, am I gonna meet somebody that's saying something different? Like, you're talking about your accomplishments. I'm asking about you. Like, okay, I know you make all this money. I didn't even ask you that. What do you bring to the table? Like, what is your personality? Like, where's your short term goals? Where's your 5 year plan? That is not like in the job or career. Like, what do you want to do with your life? What what are your hobbies? Like, I wanna get in your mind. I wanna know you, not how many degrees you got and shit. Like, be different. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you getting the same type of chick saying the same stuff because they think that's what's gonna get them respect.
It's like factories. The
Yeah.
factories.
Like, you see the barcode, like a million of them.
Like
you see the barcode,
copy and paste.
and then
Copy
you
and
see
paste.
that one woman in the crowd that has a book in front of her face. She doesn't have a barcode, and she's lost in the crowd because all the other girls got a barcode on their forehead. You know what I'm saying? You could just take the camera phone, or matter of fact, they could turn the camera phone towards them, and that shit's getting scanned into whatever that algorithm on the phone wants.
Yeah.
So there's zombies, robots, but the chick with the book is more conscious. She knows herself. She knows what her purpose is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you were tuned into one of the most raw, uncut, unapologetic, real, no holds barred, the Discipline Type podcast. Peace.